Roy Keane is a magic. He wears a magic hat. And when some idiot Portman Road said, fancy a scrap, he said, I'll see you in the car park, sunshine. I'm Scotty, that's Motty. Yes, we're going to be getting into Roy Keane, trying to go fisticuffs at United's impressive 1-1 draw yesterday at Ipswich. Make sure you're subscribing and liking if you haven't already. We'll just have a quick touch on it. Jay, how enamoured were you with Amarin's debut?
I can't believe you're hammering out already, man. Seriously.
It's terrible.
Do you know what I mean? Give the guy a chance. Like, it's only been 90 minutes, and for 88 of them, for 2 of them, we were all right.
94 minutes, I didn't do time.
Oh, sorry. So, all right. So, there's only the second 92 minutes we weren't that good. Yeah. But those first 2 minutes, oh, mate, that's as good as we've played all season, that. Hey, if he can increase if he can increase that by about 45 times, we'll be all right. So, yeah, it was deflating. We know it, though. We're missing 5 players. 5 first-team players. He's still finding his feet. He's not had a proper, it's not been a proper training session, has it? Because you've had players come back from international duty. I mean, he's had an opportunity to work with the players, but not all of them. I just honestly think you can barely tell anything about it. We'll wait and see what happens when you've got Kobbie Mainoo, who is a first-team player, Manuel Ugarte, who obviously worked with at Sporting, who's going to be a first-team player. Lisandro Martinez, we were highlighting 3 players that are going to be vital for Ruben Amorim. On Pundit, when we were talking, we each chose 3 players, and one of mine was Lisandro Martinez. I think when it comes to playing a back 3, I think that's made for him. I really do. I know he can play in a 2, obviously, as a centre back, but I think he'd be great for that and carrying the ball out of defence. So bringing those players in, and Luke Shaw came on. I know he's injury prone, but he's probably, if he's fit, going to get a game. So there was a lot of players to come back into the team. Yes, it's still not great. I thought in the second half we just sort of. The end of the first half, and I think it was the sort of beginning of the second half, we weren't great at all. But we'll wait and see. It's just far too soon. I like Ruben Amorim. I like the way he carries himself. I like what he's trying to do, and I like the fact he's something different. I think we've done the same old, and you can come in and you can try and just do what Jose did, or do what Erik ten Hag did, or do what Van Gaal did, or you can try something pretty much completely different, which is what he's trying to do. Yeah. It's a new system, a new way of playing, and I just thought we've got the players to do it. My main issue, I should say, is goals, lack of goals. And we saw it yesterday. He scored after 2 minutes, and that's it. That's your lot. And how often have we done that this season, United, where we've got 1 goal, not been able to get a second, the opportunity to maybe win a game or get something out, get a bit more out of the game, or not take our chances. Erik ten Hag's last game at West Ham was a prime example. We should have won that game twice over. Missed so many chances. You go back to earlier the game against Brighton, we could have won that one. We ended up losing. Even Fulham, I know we won. We missed some chances, didn't we?
Yeah,
bloody hell.
Wasn't emphatic.
Do you know what I mean? So it's a problem he's got to fix, and it's frustrating for me as well. The fact that Marcus Rashford gets off the mark after 2 minutes, you're thinking, right, nice one, get another one. Do something.
He was running though, wasn't he? There was a certain increase in energy for at least 25 minutes.
But then that's it. But then I think he had 13 touches in total.
Yeah.
I think 2 of them became before his goal. One of them was for his goal, I should say. So it's just not good enough, and that is a real concern for me. And then you look at Garnacho as well. There's another player that I like. Decision making not great. It's going to be interesting to see how he fixes that particular problem, and whether he's going to have to use the transfer market, or maybe someone like Rasmus Højlund steps up, because we've saw it last season in fits and starts. He's capable of getting goals. Was it 16 goals last season, which is a decent first season? Hopefully he can. Joshua Zirkzee, to me, it's only early days, but he's not hit the ground running.
His positional play, Zirkzee, is worrying. There was no pattern to him at all. He looked like a drunk uncle on no dance floor at a wedding yesterday. The way the sort of shapes he was throwing. But I thought a draw in the larger context is a good result. Getting beat would have been horrible because the press would have been all over him. If we would have absolutely hammered Ipswich, then United fans, myself included, would have gone like, we're going to be, it's the Messiah. 21 is coming. But now it's sort of. It's laid bare to him as if he didn't already know the sort of level of the problem and what needs to be fixed. And like I said, there are players that are going to come back. I was a bit pissed off yesterday that the stick that Garnacho was getting again. He scored that great goal the other day, and then because yesterday's decision making. But like I've said several times on this channel and also on Paddock, it's that he's young, man, and he wouldn't be a starting player at Manchester United in a fully functioning football club. He would have been bled in, as would Højlund as well at his age. But unfortunately, we are where we are, and we're relying on them two players to either get us goals or performances. But then you've got what is a seasoned pro that should be in his prime years, in Marcus Rashford, only getting 13 touches. That's where fingers should be pointed. And I know Rashford comes up for enough of his stick, but we're not here to talk about that because there was far better action off the pitch. You know, you had Tyson versus Paul. How about Pundit versus Fan?
What did you make of all this? Because, like, it's so weird. Like, Roy Keane getting a bit of stick, walks over to the guy in the crowd, or like, this is after the game as well, sort of goes over to him, almost like he was chatting to him like he was his mate, and then saying, yeah, I'll meet you in the car park. Do you know what I mean? It was really weird.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It really was.
I think Roy Keane's the last person you sort of want to try and take someone on, though, isn't it? Like, of all the pundits that were available. What made me laugh about the clip, though, was Jamie Redknapp at the back. He's a little coward mate, looking like, go on, hit him. Stood there in his Burton outfit. I wasn't impressed in the slightest. But if you were going to take on, would you say Roy Keane in the scheme of pundits that are present? Obviously, we're not going back to the deceased days. Des Lynam's dead, isn't he? Is Des Lynam dead?
No.
He's not dead?
No, he's not. Des Lynam's not.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I thought Des Lynam died.
No, let's have a look. Let's have a look. I don't think he's dead. Des Lynam. No, he's all right, isn't he? He's still going. Yeah, he's 82. He's doing well.
Who am I thinking of? Anyone like Pundits die recently?
Pundits?
Like, yeah. Motson, maybe?
No, God, no.
He's
no,
dead.
Is it? Oh, is it John Motson? I mean, this is a shit game we're playing, by the way. Let's guess who's dead. Let's guess who's dead.
All right, Pundit.
It might be, I mean, we don't want to be disrespectful, but it might be John Motson.
Yeah, I think it was John Motson.
John Motson died a year ago.
Yeah, that was it.
Well, 18 months ago. So, yeah, that's probably the one you're thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so in today's punditry world, would you say Roy Keane is the hardest man? Let's go all Danny Dyer or Ross. This sounds like a Ross Kemp Channel 5 show.
He was up there, though.
Right.
Get involved in the chat in the comments and let us know. And hit that like button, please, people. Come on, let's get to 100 likes. So, who is there out there that you go, I wouldn't like to tussle with him? Because there's not many pundits where I go,
Based on reputation or size?
Either or, you know.
Right, okay. Well, Roy Keane would probably be at the forefront.
Yeah, Roy Keane's an obvious one because he's solid, isn't he?
Yeah. I don't know if there's too many that I wouldn't actually step up to, really.
Right, okay.
Micah Richards is a big lad, isn't he?
Yeah, he got involved in that fight in Arsenal, didn't he, with Roy Keane, where he sort of dealt with it. He looks like he'd be a unit. He'd just struggle, I think, to... It depends how it went.
I reckon you could tickle him, though.
He's always laughing.
Yeah, like, you make him laugh.
Yeah, but he's a big lad. Who else?
Would you take on Shearer?
No, I reckon Shearer can have a row, you know.
You reckon?
I reckon he can. Because he's from that era as well, and he was in the Premier League era, but he was from the start, like, late 80s. I think he first broke through in, like, the late 80s, early 90s. And he was a tough centre-forward, wasn't he? And he could have a bit of a... wasn't really a fighter, but he was one of those. I'm trying to think who's a player who I used to respect. Like, someone like Duncan Ferguson was the ultimate hard man for me. Didn't he go jail and things like that? Like for fighting. Oh, here's one for you.
That make you an hard man, does it? Yeah?
No, but he went jail for. He does if you go in jail for snapping people's jaws, and yeah, probably are. Like, depends when you go in jail. If you go for shoplifting, then no. But the fact he went jail for battering someone, then yeah, I think he probably can have a bit of a row. I think Troy Deeney can.
Troy Deeney.
Yeah, I reckon he's not shy of a.
He never looks happy, does he?
No, he doesn't. But he seems like he's one. I don't know if I saw him on Filthy Fellas where he told the story. My missus got a thing for Troy Deeney. I mean, it might be a romantic thing. She might fancy him, but she just says she likes his story and all that. She got his book. But he told that story when he was on Filthy, where he said, like, because he had that row with Arsenal, didn't he? Where he came on against Arsenal, he scored, and he did the post-match interview, and he was like, I thought I'd see if any of them fancied it today, the Arsenal boys, and none of them did. You know, like. You know, roughed them up and all that, and then I can't remember who was interviewing him. I think he even had him on the panel. I think he had him in his kit on the panel or something. And someone else joined in and said, "Oh, they're a bit soft, aren't they?" And he was like, "Yeah, they are. They're all soft and all that." Do you know what I mean? Laying into him. And then he said he went to sort of America or wherever it was, Vegas or wherever they were, and he was at a basketball game or something. And Arsenal were there. The whole squad was there on pre-season, and he says they're all looking over at him. And like, this is just after this has happened, or a few months after it. So he said he's gone over there to him. And Phil was like, who did you go over? Who was you there with? You know, like, did you go like more banded? He said, nah, I was there with my pal from back home. And like, I've known since I was a kid or whatever. So I took him with me. And he said I went over and he said they were all just dead friendly and that. So I mean, there was no like. But I thought the way he said it and that, you thought, yeah, and he was up for it if it kicked off. You know what I mean? He didn't strike me as someone who was soft. So Troy, I know it's difficult because sometimes you see pundits and they're spouting drivel and you think, oh, he's an idiot, but he can still have a bit of a banner.
Yeah. How about anyone on the old Talk Sport? Graham Souness.
Back in the day,
he was known as a bit of a bruiser.
But he's 70 and he's had heart problems.
How old's Mike Tyson?
I wouldn't say I'm like Mike Tyson knows. Mike Tyson's 58, but Mike Tyson, I mean, he's at least got a bit about him where he can get in a ring and throw a few digs.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Graham Souness,
would you do a charity match? If I could arrange a charity match, Jay Motty versus Graham Souness, would you do it?
No, there's no, you don't win anything from that. Like, you don't gain anything. And I hate the whole charity fight YouTube stuff, right? I know Graham Souness isn't just on YouTube, but you know when people say like, oh, we'll have a charity boxing match or whatever, like you man from the Brookie who wanted to fight Sergio Ramos.
That was hilarious.
Honestly, talk about head loss. But you know, you see it sometimes, don't you? Arsenal Fan TV used to do it all the time. We'd be like, oh, we'll have a... And then there was that time, was it DT's son fought Rance and just got battered. And I'm thinking, why the hell would you put your son in the ring with Rance? And you might not like Rance and Bants, whatever, but you can have a row, you can tell he can. And he just absolutely mullered him. And I thought, that's your son, like, you know, look out for him a bit. You know what I mean? But no, I wouldn't want to do that as well. And also, it's not the whole thing. I just think it's a bit stupid. But imagine you lost
to Souness.
Yeah, Souness. Like every time you went on YouTube or said anything, you just get hammered, wouldn't you? Be like, oh, you got knocked out of Graham Souness.
It's better to go in the ring with a proper hard nut. In his prime, fair play. Yeah, I would have got in the ring.
You got in the ring with Zlatan or something, and just
like roundhouse to the face.
No one's gonna go, oh, I can't believe Zlatan battered you.
You could dine out on that for the rest of your life. I got knocked out by Zlatan.
Yeah, exactly. Even Tyson, I think Tyson. You look, you got in the ring with Tyson, and he won Arizona. No one's going, you got knocked out by Mike Tyson.
I know, yeah.
Of course I did. He's like one of the hardest men ever. Like, there's no shame in that. But you got knocked out by, how old is Graham Souness? Let's have a look at this. He's got to be Graham Souness, 71.
So he's still got some life.
Bro was born 8 years after the war ended. Like, come on. You know what I mean? You're getting knocked out of someone who's a proper baby boomer. He's only just made that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, there's no coming back from that. Like, no one's going to go, oh, it's Graham Souness. People going, you got knocked out of someone who was born in 1953. Like, come on. Glenn S says, hit that like button, please, people. Proximoronic says, Stuart Pearce does look like a psycho.
Yeah, I think so.
Donny Blackburn says, Patrice Evra has that dog in him.
I can't imagine that
head kicks a fan. Remember when he climbed in the... No, I'll tell you something with Evra, right? I reckon now, yeah, he's one of them where if he loses it, he loses it.
Yeah.
Lovely guy, right? We went to his Q&A for his book with, I think it was with Andy Mitton. We met him afterwards. Me, my missus and my dad. Nicest guy you'll meet. Spent ages with everyone.
Yeah.
Top guy, really genuine. And there was, you know, he's been through a lot as well. It's quite dark, his story. But there's something there you can tell. Like, about that time when it kicked off with the Marseille fan.
Yeah.
You could tell there's something where...
Something snaps.
Yeah, if it came to it, he'd have it with you. Right, do you know what I mean? And also, I remember Mitten was chatting to me about his book, when he wrote his book, because you know Mitten's like Andy Mitten. If you get a chance to read it, it's a fantastic book, by the way. He said he went to the bit of Paris, wherever it is that Patrice ever grew up, because he wanted to find the area, get a taste of it, and not just do interviews over the phone or whatever. And he said it's rowdy.
Really?
Do you know what I mean? Like proper.
Like the long side of Paris.
Yeah, like proper, like, needs to be careful. So I reckon Evra, despite the fact, he'll wear a bloody kilt and
lick a raw chicken.
Eat a raw chicken and play the bagpipes, I reckon.
It takes a certain level of balls to do that, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think he could have
taking on salmonella.
Here's one for you. Francis Stevens says, as a United fan living in Nottingham, Keane was put on his arse many times, giving it a large one. The usual, do you know who I am?
Where in Nottingham are you from? I used to live in Nottingham.
Did you?
Yeah, I went to university there.
All right.
Snenton, which wasn't a...
Did you ever go near Keyworth? That's where I stayed when I was in Nottingham. Yeah, it's on the outskirts. No, I didn't. There wasn't nothing like that. It was a lad from Malio.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. let us know in the chat anyway.
Danny Murphy.
Darren Walton says, how much would you want to do one round with prime Mike Tyson?
How much money would I want?
Yeah.
I'd step in for now, me.
What with prime Mike Tyson?
Yeah, he's not going to... Am I wearing headgear?
That's not going to stop
bear
you.
Nothing.
Like
I get one on the chin from Tyson. Be worth it.
How much would you want though?
You wouldn't have to pay for a meal for the rest of your life.
Well, you would.
You wouldn't.
Right, you go into any restaurant and say, I got knocked out of Mike Tyson. Can I have a scram for free? They're just going to go, no.
Well, maybe he's levered me that hard in the head that I believe that sort of thing.
I'm pretty sure Fran Bruno still has to pay for his meal.
Fran Bruno's never paid for a meal since.
Fran Bruno don't go into a restaurant and go, I got knocked out of Mike Tyson. They might like Fran Bruno because of who he is. But I don't think just because you got knocked out of Mike Tyson, you get him free meal. And
that's what Holyfield regrets.
And also, there's a chance you could be eating that meal through a straw, bro.
Yeah, it's true.
If he catches you properly on the chin, he could kill you.
I reckon I could. I was a 3 minute round in it.
Yeah.
I reckon I could run around.
That's the best bet. Run. Just fucking sprint round that ring, and you just let him chase you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's what I'd do. Or the only other option is when you get in the ring. But even see this is dodgy because if he catches you, you could kick him in the head or something.
But that's not boxing, though, is it?
No, but you get disqualified straight away.
Oh right, yeah.
But if he retaliates before the ref jumps in, you're fucked.
You just dive in and hug him. Try and take him down.
Yeah, mate. Imagine that. It's just
that unit.
Come on. I wouldn't do it, mate. I don't know, because I just feel like it's the potential to prime Mike Tyson. The guy had
You ever tried boxing?
No, not really. My lad goes. I take my lad boxing now and again. And I knew a few. I grew up with a few boxers, but it's not for me. Smithy says headgear does nothing. I hear that. Scotty with one less ear, says Miles. Ross Murphy says that what Jake Paul did in the first 2 rounds. He was running around retrieving when realised Mike Tyson was coming towards him. Brian Casey says maybe wait till he's 70, might have a chance. You could wait.
Yeah, you could wait.
You could wait. another 12 years and Mike Tyson's 70. Right, so tell you about that time we met Holyfield.
In Las Vegas last year. Did I tell you about the time we met Mike Tyson?
No.
In Gorton at KFC. I say we, my mate Nathan met Tyson
really?
at KFC.
When was that, when he was fighting Julius Francis?
He was doing all these Moss Side gang tours back in the late 90s or something, the 90s and stuff. And Mike Tyson's in Gorton. I was like, fuck off.
Yeah, it sounds like a ridiculous
KFC in Gorton.
Yeah, like that, doesn't it? Mate. I reckon Wayne Davies says I reckon Barry McGuigan would beat Mike Tyson. You've seen Barry McGuigan, he's been watching the jungle.
No, my dad used to get mistaken for Barry McGuigan.
Really?
Yeah, when we go abroad, because he used to have a tash, very similar height, and then my dad had to put on this Northern Irish accent to try and get free beers. We're terrible. We're doing it we'll get punched in the face for free meals and we'll pretend we're Northern Irish.
Your dad looks nothing like Barry McGuigan.
I swear to God, he used to always get
fair enough.
I'm not making it up.
I know, I believe it. I just don't see it, but maybe back in the day, they looked a little bit similar.
They had a tash.
Let us know which pundit would you not like to fight. Mick Holland says Jens Lemon, mad like a bag of cats. Ross Murphy, says Troy Deeney. Brian Casey says Michael Owen would have no problem going toe-to-toe with him, so he'd want to fight Michael Owen.
Oh, I'd take that one all day.
Michael Owen would be an easy one if you had to fight someone.
I'd take Michael Owen and Jamie Redknapp at once.
Really?
I'd lever the pair of them in a charity boxing match.
I reckon.
I reckon. I reckon I'd take both of them.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know with Jamie Redknapp. He seems like a bit of a nana. I don't know if he can have a row.
He's not.
He doesn't look like. He looks a bit posh, doesn't he?
I've seen tougher bog paper.
The thing is, right, with some of these footballers, you don't know, right? Because because he's an idiot. He might look after himself. He might train. He might have a dig on him. We don't know. You don't know, do you?
Where's he from? He's not from the streets.
Yeah, but you don't have to be from the streets.
You do, man.
That's a myth.
That was Evra's defence for being a hard nut because he was.
Yeah, but you're saying it the other way around. You're saying that anyone who's not from the streets is soft. I'm not saying that.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
but Jamie Redknapp's an exception to that rule.
Right. I mean, he looks like he probably is, but I don't know. With Michael Owen, you look at him. He's small. He's pretty stumpy. I mean, he is quick. But
he's not. He'd be injured.
Yeah, he'd be injured. I reckon that'd be all right. Jamie, you'd probably batter him, but I don't know. Some of these posh lads can fight.
What about how about the Scousers then? Danny Murphy? Scousers are unpredictable. I don't. You can't judge them on face value.
I don't know. Yeah, Danny Murphy. Maybe he's a bit working class, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got that sort of orc.
He looks like a boxer.
He's got that orc thing going on.
Yeah, he does look like a bit of a boxer. He looks like. Have you ever seen Sincere?
Yes.
Seen the guy that's yellow?
Yeah.
Looks like him. Right, reminds me of him. Yeah. Who else is there?
Liverpool players. Ian Rush.
Is he commentating? What's he doing with himself, Ian Rush? Because he was like one of the greatest ever goal scorer.
I saw him at Chester Zoo. He wasn't working there. I saw and Phil Thompson.
Jesus Christ, there's some
Chester Zoo.
snizzle getting done if them two ever got on it with them conks. Bloody hell, can you imagine? Really? You saw Phil Thompson and Ian Rush at Chester Zoo? What were you doing?
Having a look at the penguins and that.
What? Really?
Yeah, they're taking the grandkids, I guess.
Oh, right,
I didn't go over and ask for their autograph.
Right, okay. I thought he was messing about.
It wasn't it's not a joke.
Donny Blackburn says Carragher does a bit of boxing. Yeah, I reckon
Carragher would be an hard bastard.
I think Jamie Carragher's alright. I've never met him. I know he comes across sometimes a bit of a knobhead, but I think he's alright. If you
were to look at Man United's team today, right, top 3 fighters.
Top 3?
Yeah. Or the 3 that you'd least likely to face.
Obviously Martinez has got to be up there, hasn't he?
Yeah.
The butcher. I wouldn't like to have a row with him.
But you're taller than him.
Yeah, but he's rowdy. You can tell.
Has he got the ever about him?
Yeah, you can tell, man. Come on, he can have a row, that bloke. I'm trying to think who else there is who's got a bit of edge to them, because a lot of them are quite nicey, aren't they? They're not like.
You say Casemiro, I guess.
Casemiro's, yeah, maybe he snapped a couple of times, hasn't he? He's got a little bit about him. Ugarte seems like he could have a bit of a round getting that South American edge to him. There's some big lads, like, I'll tell you who wouldn't like to fight. What's his name? Godwill Kakunka. Who's just got into the squad. He's 6'3", he's only 16. He's getting battered off a 16-year-old. Imagine how quick he is, and he's a right unit.
I know we're running off to fight Graham soon.
I know.
Softest 3 then.
The softest 3.
Which 3 would you like to face? Delo? This is all hypothetical.
Yeah, I don't want to fight any of the.
No, I know you don't want to take them on. Just
who the 3? Right, let's not say fight. Who are the 3 softest United players? Yeah, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I reckon. I don't reckon Garnacho's rowdy.
You don't know, but he's got that Argentinian thing.
Yeah, I don't think Anthony's tiny, innit?
Ahmad.
I think Ahmad's pretty tough.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
He can ride.
I think he's tougher than Anthony.
Yeah.
Anthony's a bit softer. I know he likes to get a bit aggy.
Anthony likes to look the part.
Yeah, but I don't think he is that guy. Or Garnacho for that matter.
About Luke Shaw. He's always injured, so you'd always have that.
Yeah, there is that. Who else is dead small? I couldn't fight Tyrone Malacia, but you couldn't fight Tyrone Malacia. He's small, but he just smile at you, and you wouldn't want to hit him, would you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh no. Ridwan says Ericsson is soft. You couldn't beat up Christian Eriksen. That's horrible. Football Sacramone says Mount. Do you remember when Mount kicked off with Martinez? That rattled me. When we played Chelsea. So I thought, what are you getting involved for? Capo Dye says Xerxes. Mick Holland says Malacia does kickboxing. Well, there you go, you see. So there you won't want to get. This is what I mean. You don't know with some of them. You don't know what they're doing.
Value.
Yeah,
it's like people watch us and they'd think that we just have a fast food diet and don't take care of ourselves just by looking at it on the screen.
Going back to pundits, Capo Dye says Ian Wright. Ian Wright, yeah, he looks.
He's old though, isn't he?
I like Ian Wright, mate.
Ian Wright's got to be like close to 60 now.
Yeah, but again, he back in the day he could have a bit of a.
Yeah.
Apparently he's 61. He chinned Steve Bruce, didn't he, once in the tunnel at Old Trafford?
Didn't him and Schmeichel have a thing?
One of the worst tackles I've ever seen.
Say something racist. There was rumours of it, wasn't there?
There was rumours, but the only reason I don't think that was the case because afterwards they were I've seen pictures of them on like a golfing day where they're hugging and being proper friendly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think anything came of that because I don't think could confirm that he definitely heard it. I think it was more of he thought he'd heard something, but he wasn't sure. I think. And I know they did stuff together like the late 90s, not late 90s, late 90s. I think they did like a few golf days and stuff together. If you Google, there's pictures of them being all pally, like proper pally, hugging and that. So that'd surprise me if that actually happened. But But yeah, that tackle that he did, that challenge was horrendous. Like, it was just 2-footed. It was like Martinez at Sellers Park the other week. It was like that. I mean, no wonder Fergie went berserk. And he didn't even get a booking or anything, right? No. It was just like, it was unreal.
Was that like 93, 94?
Yeah, maybe a little bit later, but yeah, around. I think because Wenger was the manager when he, so it would have been post 96, 7, I think. Xerxes, Wayne Davies says Xerxes looks soft with his little baby face, but he's still a 6'5" athlete. Jim Max says well done on the sleep out as well, lads. Thank you. Was it 750 quid?
The last time I checked. Yeah, thanks everyone who sponsored us for that. How did you find the sleep out? We are going to do a video about it, but how did you?
It was all right until like I woke up when you woke me up, didn't you?
Yeah.
About 4:30, and then I stayed out there for a little bit longer, but I couldn't get back to sleep after a while because of the rain.
The rain was the worst thing.
Because we had a plastic thing, but it was tapping on the cover, so it was like just tapping. So by 5 o'clock, I got off home.
Yeah, I was wondering what we're talking about. We slept out for charity on Friday on the cold streets of Manchester, but I couldn't believe how quick you got to sleep.
Oh yeah,
you literally just pulled your coat over your head and said, "Right, Scott, I'm going to try and get my head down," and then you were snoring within 5 minutes. And I was like, "No spooning or anything." I was there for ages because I usually like to have knock one out before I go to bed.
Well, we're all friends. You don't stop yourself just because we're in
I didn't.
A cathedral church, cathedral garden in a sleeping bag next to your mate. Yeah. But that was the thing. Like when I'm tired, because I was tired when we were chatting because we were in the cathedral at first, and then when I was getting knackered. And then when we went outside, I knew it was nearly midnight. I was right for bed.
We went to bed midnight. Yeah. We were up at 4:30, mate.
Yeah, so it was all right. It was good, and thank you to everyone who donated. I agree with this. Donny Blackburn says I reckon Maz will be a bit of a loose cannon once he flips. Yeah, I think Mazraoui can have a bit of a, you can tell that.
He's got his face the way he walks around the pitch, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, there's a little bit of an edge there. Solskjaer's won it. It says Bayern looks like he could rip your hand off with one hand. What do you make of it all when you see like pundits and people kicking off? Like, do you think it's fair enough? Do you think like you agree with it? Like, I get it.
What do you mean, like fans attacking them?
No. Well, a bit of that, but like pundits or players even pushing back on it.
On the fans?
Like, obviously, Eric's the greatest example, and he climbing the crowd and battering someone.
I think that you should have a level of decorum, and if you're going to put yourself on a pedestal and express certain opinions as a pundit, that's your job, then you are going to expect some backlash as being part of the public eye. I think that if it steps over the line from the fans' point of view, then they've stepped over the line and they deserve to get one on the chin, as far as I'm concerned. But, I think it's something you have to accept that with that job, you are going to get some criticism. Like, you can't have footballers every single week. Imagine if Marcus Rashford went around levering everyone who's like...
He'd fight every week, the amount of stick he gets. Like.
And it's not just him, but any player, you sort of have to ride it. It's like, we get comments. I mean, I know you get a lot more comments than me because of your outlandish views on Eric Ten Hag, but we won't go there. Like...
the guy that won us the FA Cup, I like that Eric Ten Hag, yeah? Well, what was wrong with that? Mate, you're the one that's turned on hammering after a draw in Ipswich.
I'm telling you now, bring Ruud back.
Do you know what I mean?
And getting these 1 goals in a game. How many goals did Ruud average a game? 2, 3?
Well, we beat Leicester 5-2 on it. Yeah. We beat PAOK 2-0. We drew 1-0 with Chelsea. We beat Leicester 3-0. And
then Amorim comes over and thinks he should get rid of our greatest striker of all time.
Yeah, that's a joke. I agree. To be fair,
he might have great eyes and great beard and great hair and tactics, but
Yeah, I agree with you actually. It's time we give it a go, didn't we, with Amorim, and it's not worked out. No, I hear you. I think it's one of them. You've got the right to reply or whatever, but I also think it's a little bit different if you're a pundit because you're not a player, are you? Do you know what I mean? So you're probably thinking, what the fuck?
Right?
You know
yeah. I don't.
I know Keano used to manage Ipswich, but he must have been thinking. Well, that was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, you've got some guy shouting at you when and also you're trying to do something that's like involves you talking on camera. Like if you're a player and you're just taking a throw away and getting a load of grief, it doesn't matter. It's not affecting your career. If you're trying to have a conversation, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but if you're trying to have a chat and you've got some guy shouting over you, that's probably going to wind you up more.
The thing is, and Keane won't come off bad in that situation.
No,
do you know what I mean? Like if a player had taken it on a fan in the stands or whatever it was, it'd be maybe a little bit different, more grey areas. But I think Roy Keane's become everyone's favourite uncle now, regardless of football team. There's not many people that don't like him. Like, if you look at compared to like Gary Neville splits the room, doesn't it? I think I'd say more Scousers like Gary Neville than Man United
I think, right, he's like, I know everyone calls him Uncle. Yeah, but I think he's gone. He's sort of done matter whether you're a United Spurs
He's universal.
Fan. Yeah, I think a lot of people like kind of like him. Here's one quickly before we wrap up. Never mind player. Who are the hardest and softest managers
ever?
Well, you know, if you want, it's up to you.
That's a long
Fergie's one right up there is one of the hardest, and no one likes to fuck with him. All right, let's say current managers. Is there a manager out there you think? Nah, I bet he could.
That you'd have right fight with. No one sort of. I seen an image of Brendan Rodgers going round at the weekend. He likes to box, doesn't he?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that one coming. Seriously, right? Fair enough. Brendan Rodgers. Who else is there? I reckon Ange Postecoglou can have a row.
Are you going for the stereotypical Aussie drinker sort of vibe?
No, you can have you on.
Yeah, but he's everyone's mate.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think they're the ones that worry me. The ones that are all nice and nice, because I think he's got a bit of something in him.
Right,
you know
okay,
what I mean?
yeah.
There's something there. I reckon
he's not snapped yet, has he?
No, I reckon if he snapped, he'd cave your head in. Honestly, you know, one of them ones. Oh, yeah. Here's one for you. Glenn Effer's nailed it. Sean Dyche.
Do you think Sean Dyche is really a hard man and talks like that at home? Or do you reckon it's just for the cameras?
Well, when I interviewed him once, I'd never heard him speak before, and Burnley had just been promoted, so they sent me to go and interview the Burnley team. It was on their parade. They had it at like the town hall. So I got invited. It was good, man. I got to meet all the players and all that. Not that I was that fussed at the time, but it was nice. So I remember chatting to him, and he started talking, and he had like obviously a gruffy voice. So I said to him, "Oh, was you out celebrating then last night, eh?" And he went, "No." And you know that was like, this is the beginning of the interview.
Oh, swallowed it out.
I was like, oh my God. And I was like, oh, move on quickly. But yeah, he didn't look impressed. Miles says Southgate, tissue paper, soft. Wayne Davies says, Steve Cooper can have a row after a few whiskies. Donny Blackburn says, Mikel Arteta would probably cry if someone stuck it on him. I think that's just Arsenal,
yeah.
That's Arsenal.
He embodies that team, don't he, in club, I think.
He does. Go on then, take us out.
Would you fight any celebrity? Who would you fight? Anyone alive? Obviously, you can't be fighting the dead.
Makes it harder. Celebrity. Who would I like to fight as a celebrity?
Who winds you up? Like which celebrity? Like I know, and you're only doing it off their public profile.
Do you know who's Dean Maiden? I wouldn't want to fight him. Because, but Dean on I'm a Celebrity is Dean Maiden.
Oh, he's
fucking unbearable.
The game,
why was he screaming when he was getting covered in slime?
He's playing the game.
Like, Colin Rooney's there covered in bugs and all sorts and getting on with it like proper cash. And he was like screaming his head off because he was and plus he keeps bailing on these challenges when he's on his own after nothing. He bailed on one because his legs were a bit stiff or something because he got a bit of, they put some maggots near his legs. You feel that's not harmful, is it?
No.
Yeah, he's Dean Maiden. I don't know. Like, if I had to, I'm not advocating violence.
No, neither am I, unless it's against James Corden. Right, okay.
Jim Mack said James Corden there. Really? Well done, Jim Mack and Scotty. Great minds.
Okay, I've been Scotty. That's been Motty. Let us know who you think would be the top 5 hardest pundits. 5. Make sure you're liking, subscribing, and whatever else you do with the videos.
Sharing.
All right, yeah, that's it. Scotty, Motty, bye.